Hey everyone, it's Shane. No Meg in today's video, I'm afraid. It's just going to be me giving you a few quick updates and telling you where we've been and what we've been up to. First of all, Megan and I took our long anticipated trip to Hawaii, which was every bit as amazing as we hoped it would be. Second, I've just been busy. I started a new job working as a medical assistant for a family doctor near where I live. I also took the MCAT, which is the main topic of today's video. So for those of you that may not know or are curious, the MCAT, or the Medical College Admissions Test, is a standardized exam taken by all prospective medical students. You can think of it as like the ACT or SAT, but for medical school. It covers several topics, which I'm going to read to you now. Those topics are general chemistry, organic chemistry, general biology, biochemistry, physics, psychology, and sociology. Whew. But basically, it's a really big deal. And in conjunction with the other parts of your application, it's a huge determining factor as to whether or not you'll eventually be accepted into medical school. So for me, the pressure was certainly there to do well. So how did I prepare? To prepare for the MCAT, I bought a 7-book review guide series from Kaplan. That package included 1 book for every one of the 7 subjects that I listed earlier. It also granted me access to their online database, which had over 3,000 practice questions along with detailed explanations. But most of all, it included 3 full-length practice exams, which I think made the biggest overall difference in my performance on test day. So what was the experience like? I took the exam at Pearson Professional Centers in Southfield, Michigan. The facility itself was really nice, very clean, organized, and the staff was lovely. They were super comforting and encouraging. Security was through the roof. Like, even if you were inclined to try and get away with something, I don't know how you could. Now here's the really important question. How do I think that I did? So on test day, there are 4 smaller exams that, when added together, give you your composite score. I'm going to go through each section and tell you how hard I thought it was and how well I think I did. The first section was Chemical and Physical Foundations of Biological Systems. This one was the hardest of the 4 sections for me. I rated its difficulty as an 8.5 out of 10. And my own self-assessment of my performance was a 6.5 out of 10. I definitely feel as though I could have prepared better for this section, but that being said, I also didn't do poorly. Section 2 was CARS, or Critical Analysis and Reasoning Skills. This one, I rated the difficulty as 7 out of 10. I feel like I did really well on this section, and not to be overly optimistic, but I think that this is greatly going to contribute to my overall score. The third section was Biological and Biochemical Foundations of Living Systems. This wasn't quite as hard as section 1, but it was still pretty challenging. I rated the difficulty in 8 out of 10, and my self-assessment was a 7 out of 10. The final section was Psychological, Social, and Biological Foundations of Behavior. Relative to the other sections, this was comparatively not as difficult. I rated the difficulty the lowest of the 4 at only a 6.5 out of 10. The nice part about that is that I rated my performance as a 9 out of 10. I think that I really blew this section out of the water. I'm highly interested in psychology and sociology, so studying this material was an absolute pleasure, and I think that was reflected in my overall score. With that out of the way, I thought that it would be helpful and constructive for me to go over what I would have done differently. Now, after having taken this exam once, I realized that the best way to prepare yourself is questions, questions, questions. Given that they can ask you literally everything over such a broad range of topics, I feel like the only way to adequately prepare yourself is if you sample a variety of questions from as many different sources as you possibly can, so you can draw on that information later when you need it. But overall, I was super proud of myself. This was a challenge that I faced head on, and it feels good to have accomplished the thing that I set out to do. Hopefully that was insightful for any aspiring pre-med students, and at least interesting to the rest of you. So all that out of the way, let's talk about where the channel is going in the future. Now that I no longer have this exam to prepare for, I have a lot more free time to devote towards creating and editing videos, which Meg and I are both super excited about. So look out for a lot more content coming from both of us very soon. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.